Hello, welcome back to Motorsport Manager. It's time to get set for our next year. It's the 2019 off-season. And I looked up something that I think is really interesting, really helps us get a little more positivity for the long-term picture. Let's go take a look at CYOT. They're the team that just promoted up to the DTM, the higher tier. Look at their car. They're immediately going to be second place behind Parson Motorsport, not that far below. And our car wasn't that much worse than them. We'd be right in this area, I don't know, maybe fourth or fifth at the lowest, if it had been us that had promoted, because our car wasn't much worse than theirs. Looking for the long-term picture, I don't think staying down is really going to hurt us significantly at all. I would still much rather be up in DTM going up against the top tier. But if you look back at, like, the first team that went down came right back up, and then things started to get more competitive. And so basically what's happened is we've caught up at a pretty unrealistic rate to the tier ahead of us, to the point now where the WTCR is probably a stronger, from a car point of view, not from a driver point of view, because you can see their drivers, very similar quality to ours, and they're dead last. Here's Bootson getting in. Let's take a look at, let's try to find a decent pair. Okay, there's a pretty average pair of drivers. And there you can see, like, they've got one almost 4-star, one 3-star. Silvestro, remember them. They're the team that bounced down and bounced right back up. Basically, this next year our goal is to for sure promote. I expect to dominate the WTCR, go up, and we should be competitive for the title that first year. So we've gone through 3 years. I think year 5 or maybe year 6 at the latest, we're going to win the top tier and move on to endurance. Now the question is, what type of strategy do I want going forward? I want to get better drivers once I move up. We've got Decker on, if we take a look at our contracts. We've got Svena Borg, who is going to be here for another year. We've got Decker for another year. We've got Hughes, whose contract expires now. And I think I can he's good enough, particularly once he gets over his cult thing. He did have a couple crashes this year, which is unfortunate. But when you add in his race bonus and his Tondela bonus, and the fact that our car should be far and away better than everybody else's, I think that we're going to be fine keeping him, and we should have been able to promote this year and almost did. And then we're going to be going up against slightly weaker competition next year with CYOT up and the other team down that is not as good. So we're going to renew contract. And it says wages are not very important. He wants a long contract, but he's willing to be patient. So I'm going to see if he will settle for a bonus size, not very important. So I'll say if you win, let's give him a middling one. We'll see if he'll agree to a short-term contract. I'm at least going to give him a slight raise. So I'll go up to 132K. And of course, his reduced abilities, because of the fact that he's got that cult thing, that plays into his requests. As does the fact that, his racer bonus makes him good during the race, but it doesn't play into his baseline potential or ability here, which is where this all comes from. I think that, he should be reasonably happy with all this stuff except the wanting a long contract part, and we'll see how bad he reacts to that. If so, I'll give him another year and then fire him early, but I don't want to do that. So let's see if he'll accept this. And then we've also got this situation. We've got Doyle under contract for another year, may want to replace him. I like Griffin Clark. Probably want to hang on to him permanently. He's going to be around for a while. Katja Blomqvist. And I see no reason not to keep her around. If we take a look at her, she's 50 years old, but she hasn't gotten past the point of still gradually improving. Suspension is decent, and she's good at the brakes and excellent everywhere else. So let's keep her around. She's probably going to want more money. So wages are not very important. Yeah, she's only 213 per race. Okay. So bonus size is not very important. Can go up to 120, and we'll do it just slightly on the low side. You want a long deal, I want to keep you around, so that's no big deal. Wages are not very important. She's making $213. And I could probably get away with paying her about the same. And then if she's not happy with that, I can always up it a little bit. Again, patience is a significant thing. So we'll just go with that. So we want to basically keep the same people. Let's take a look at our scouting. There's not that much left. Let's make sure there's nobody else in the DTM. Okay, and there is not. Because I don't know. I think if I move to a new job, I'll take my scouting information with me, but I don't know for sure. But I just want to go with some younger drivers, and we'll just grab however many of these we can. There we go. That's all of them in that age bracket. And we have a whole bunch of stuff to do. So that should take us through at least most of the next year, frankly. Now, HQ, do we want to build anything more there? And I think I want to get up to level 3 eventually on all of my part buildings. See, we've got the brakes and the gearbox. We don't have the engine, spoiler, or suspension. Now, we're going to get the engine at the beginning of next year. We have a good amount of money. Probably an understatement there. I don't want to go up to level 3 design center or factory until we boost up the tier, but let's see, the test track, 4 million. 44,000 a race. Improve those things. So that's not that much money. We're going to go ahead and build that. And I'm tempted to knock out the other ones as well, the spoiler and suspension. Let's just see. I'm going to see how much we spend on the chassis, because I want to spend a significant amount there, and then we'll see what happens. We're going to get that test track going now, though. And Jake Hughes accepts his new contract. So we can keep him around for one more year at a slightly increased price. And frankly, I think that's a great deal for us. I don't see any reason to do anything else. So 131K a race. And our drivers are set for the new year. Thanks for renewing my contract, boss. I love you here. Well, we love having you. Alright, car specification changes. I feel the current formula is growing stale. We decided the WTCR should utilize more efficient technologies to better reflect road car development. This will impact every part of the car, and your designer has been briefed on the new set of specifications for the car, which will be introduced for the 2019 season. There will be an initial loss of performance, but the plus side is that racing will be much tighter. Now that I haven't seen before. Alright, so that could make things interesting. We're going to design the next car. And we set aside $3 million. Now, for this year, I want to spend a significant amount of the chassis because I want to make sure we have smooth sailing to promotion. I'm going to max out improvability no matter how much it costs. You can see we're definitely going to want to go with the direct shift gearbox here. $8 million. Okay, that's expensive, but we've got the money. And that boosts our improvability there, fuel efficiency there. And then, yuck. Because to have a lot of improvability, we also have to accept very bad fuel efficiency. We can have very strong and very weak fuel efficiency. Because I really want the improvability so that we can keep boosting up. But if I take that, then the fuel efficiency, well, the fuel efficiency is still decent. It's just not horrible. Since we went with this, yeah, I mean, it won't be as good as the fuel efficiency we had last year, but I think I'm still going to accept that. Material supplier, tire wear and tire heating. I'm going to go with Lola here. Very strong tire wear and strong tire heating. Another $1 million would give us better. I don't think we need to go quite that high. And then our brake supplier. Well, the best one up here is very cheap, Alcon. So that's just another one of those really good deal things. Let's take that. 4-star tire wear, decent fuel efficiency, Above average tire heating, good improvability. I like that. Okay, and that takes us down. And I think I want to keep at around 25 million or above at all times, and then invest anything else I get into the HQ. I just want to make sure I have plenty of money for the next year. And that means that I really don't want to get any more at the HQ just quite yet. Okay, and we've got a contract proposal, and she agrees to her contract as well. She's actually taking a $2,000 cut. Very close to the same price, but $2,000 cut. So, she'll hang out and stick around. And now we've got all of our signings done. We're waiting on the chassis, which is going to take a little bit of while. And we've got some different people. Georgi switching to Campos Racing. Katja Blomqvist, glad we could sort her contract out. Me as well. And here's our first chance. BRC Racing Team have been in the news lately after one of their engines caught fire in their garage. The GMA are calling their work practices unsafe. We have an opportunity with our upcoming marketing materials to exploit this mishap and compare it to our superior working conditions. The chairman might not like this because it's not exactly a classy move, but business is business. And it would boost our team marketability. That would help us to an extent, but I'm not going to be that sort of, that's a little bit underhanded. And are we in big need of it right now? We are not. If we look at our sponsors, we're at the 4-star level. And, you know, team marketability is 66%, gradually rising. We don't have what we need to go to the 5-star level, helipad thing, so no real point for us. Let's not be desperate. And a whole bunch of new mail. Claire Decker has sounded a warning to the rest of the paddock she's feeling in fine fettle. In form. The form would be 10 during the race, except that, yeah, it's about to expire and we don't have any race upcoming. So she's feeling great about herself during the off-season. That unfortunately doesn't help us. The cockpit announces a partnership with Jake Hughes, fast food chicken restaurant. We simply had to make Jake the face of our restaurant. Anything else would have been clucking mad. So his marketability gets a temporary boost. Claire Decker's got a modeling tryout. And that just boosts her marketability, so there's no negative there. Got about a month till our new car is ready. Press headquarters visit. We're interested in getting a look inside your HQ ahead of the new season. Our readers and partners would be much more interested in your team if we were to write a good article. If, on the other hand, we wrote a bad article claiming you are closed and backwards thinking, it would hurt Claire Decker's morale. But I think her morale is currently fine, is it not? It's actually not that great. I don't think we can afford to tick her off right now. I'd like the marketability, but we're just going to take the hit. So I'd rather keep her happy. Oh my goodness. The mysterious sect of Zodon continues. He's a committed cultist. Boosted his morale, but this is going to be another 20 weeks now of that negativity. Yuck. And that basically is going to totally counteract his racing bonus for 20 weeks. So what, that's going to be till like July? Yeah, it's be like for the first half of the year I'm going to have to put up with that. Ugh. We have a telemetry center by DG Sport. We have a tire trade-off. We could boost our tire heating, but the tire wear would get worse. That would balance those out a little more. Let's do it. And here's our livery. We're going to stick with it as it is. Yep. And we're almost there. Pre-season testing coming up. Struggling with my driving at the moment. Form is 1 during the race. Well, thing is, you're not going to be out there during the race, barring a disaster. And pre-season testing. So let's take a look at how we're doing. It looks like they had a couple issues, but also we finished first and second. Can't complain about that. Testing went superbly. Hard work and spending has paid off. Finished top of the leaderboard and should be primed for an excellent season. There's our targets. Alright, so expectations unrealistic. Can we push a little higher? I'm going all in. I mean, we were only predicting 8th last year, but I'm going all in. We're going to win. We are going to win the title. Anything less is unacceptable. There's our cash, and now I'm going to do some more investment as well. Not the front wing, the simulator to get our spoiler going. Handling Development Center to get our suspension going. Let's work on that. And the only new thing we could build would be the helipad. Unlocking 5-star sponsors. You know, the thing is, our marketability is getting high enough. And this is very, very little required. So let's go ahead and do that. Build that as well. So we've got all kinds of stuff going on here. You know, we could try to upgrade this stuff. I don't think we want to do that. The staff center. What if we upgraded that? That would help improve designer and mechanics for the long term. We could upgrade our forecasting center. I'm going to hold off on the forecasting center, but I want to go with this as well. We're spending a lot of money. But I think we've got it, and the whole idea here is let's get this place ready to roll for the next tier. Still gives us with 30 million. I think I'm ready to do this. Now, sponsors. Well, we've got a couple races yet for a couple of these to come in. And we're up to 4-star, but once the helipad gets done, we may actually get some 5-star sponsors in this year, and that would help us even more. Of course, we'll be looking at designing our parts. All of that will come up. Now, our engine is only 6th. We'll want to be boosting that as quickly as we can. We're number 1 everywhere else and number 1 overall. And looks like it didn't really boost the tire wear that much. So I believe we are all set for the new year. Time to get 2019 underway, and Vancouver will be coming up next. Till then, thanks for watching, everybody. Motorsport Manager will continue.